Hi, and welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. I'm your host, Kamaria Richmond, and we have another wonderful show for you today. We are continuing our segment about having a millionaire mindset. And so we're going to talk about MMI with Mr. William Murry. So welcome to the show. You are a friend of the show.
Oh, you know, dear, I don't know what I would do without this show. I have been a guest so many times, and each time it's just pure joy.
Yes, well, it's joy having you. So you have an event coming up in September.
Saturday, September 7th.
Okay.
It's going to be at Prince George Community College, which is 301 Largo Road. Okay. It's going to be at the Marlboro Hall, second floor, room 2082. And we tell you, if you park on lot C, just park in the lot, the building's right there. Go up second floor 2082, and that's going to be September 7th from 10 to 2. We're going to teach you about business, the mindset, the etiquette, more than anything being business legal. We're going to talk about contracts and getting contracts, because right now in the county of Prince George's County, they have $1.4 billion of contracts they want to give to small minority businesses or small businesses. 1.4 billion. But you got to be business legal. There's certain things you got to have to be it and win these contracts. 1.4 billion.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And small businesses, I mean, you really do you're looking for that funding. So, well, let's start with that. How do we start to look for funding? How do we know what funding we need?
Well, it's not for the funding. The funding isn't it. What it is, you got to have the preparation and then the correct documentation.
Okay.
You know, you got to be certified. You got to have your EIN number. You definitely want to have your Dun & Bradstreet, right? And those are things. And now, if you want to get the government contract, which is national, you've got to go through SAM.gov. Now, it's very confusing. We got a lady coming in, Miss Lee, who did it for 42 years for the government. When the contract left her desk, it went to the man who wrote the checks for $200 to $500 million. So you know she knows what she's talking about. Right. She's going to be one of the instructors at the class. And we're going to take you through what the preparation that you need so you can qualify to be for one. What if you don't win but a $10 million contract?
I take it.
What if you don't win with $1 million contract? What if you win with a $100,000 contract?
Right.
But that 1.4 billion is out there waiting on you to finish that 100,000, so you can go ahead and bid and get a 200,000, a million, a 5 million, a $10 million contract.
So what is the county looking for? What types of businesses?
Anything from construction to cleaning, to electricians, to plumbers. What does it take to build a community?
That's the key word. That's the key word. What do you need to build a community?
Everything that's out there. It doesn't matter. You can be a mechanic. You can be a plumber. They need you. You can be a roofer. You can be a street sweeper. It doesn't matter. You can be a window cleaner. They need you.
Right.
What is your business? Because, I mean, this class is really going to, I'm excited because I'm going to be a student at this. Now I'm going to teach some, but the other time I'll be sitting down and I'll be listening because I'm already bidding for contracts up to $12 million.
Right.
I've got my documentation. Ms. Lee put all my stuff together. I couldn't do it. I paid her and stepped aside.
Right.
And she did it. She did it for 42 years for the government. You think she don't know? I got another lady coming in that talks about teaching you how to get grants. Miss Belinda, her name is, it's hard to pronounce her name, it's Fadi Lamo.
Okay.
Is going to teach you about grants. I've got a gentleman, D. Muhammad, who is the CEO of Black Carpet Productions. He also is a movie star. He is a producer. He does classes on fulfilling your dreams. And I was his mentor for years. And now I'm looking at him, he says, Mr. Murry, thank you. Just thank you.
That is amazing. Now, I know getting grants, like let's say if you want to start a nonprofit, I know grants are something that you really need, but kind of walk us through the kind of documentation that we need when we say we want to start a business.
Well, the first thing you got to do if you're going to start a business is get your EIN number, your tax ID.
Okay.
You can get that in 10 minutes, but it's going to take the government about 45 days to make it legit. You know, they got their work to do, but you can get the number in 15 minutes and still use it as long as the government is working on, you know, making your documentation correct.
Okay.
You get a Dun & Bradstreet number, but here's the thing about getting your tax ID, the EIN number. That is your social security number for your business. Big mistake that people make, they open up a bank account for their business and use their social security number. Never, ever, ever, ever use your social security number for a business account. Always use your EIN number. That is social security number for your business account.
Okay.
And then you get your Dun & Bradstreet. What your Dun & Bradstreet is you got personal credit. So you can have a 0 credit score, but you could have a $250,000 worth of credit through Dun & Bradstreet.
Oh,
When I had my clothing stores, I used to go to New York shopping, and I would take about $200-300 with me. I'd come back with $20,000-30,000 for merchandise. I had my Dun & Bradstreet, and I had good credit through Dun & Bradstreet, D&B.
Interesting.
And people don't realize, and that has nothing to do with your personal credit. It's your business credit.
Okay.
And there are ways to build your business credit. We're going to teach you how to do that too.
And now I've never even thought about building business credit. So how's that different from just regular credit?
Your regular credit has nothing to do with your business credit.
Okay.
And vice versa. You want to build business credit because if you get a contract, say like you get one of these contracts and they say, okay, you need $50,000-$700,000 worth of material. You've got the business credit where you can go tell this company, send me this material or give me this material. Although the government must pay you within 30 days. President Obama made sure that the government contract must pay you within 30 days.
Amazing.
But what if you don't have the money to cover those 30 days? That's where your business credit comes in. I told you I used to go to New York.
Alrighty.
I'd come back with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of merchandise, and I can go up there with a couple $100. That's to get me up or get me back and pay the tolls.
Okay.
So you got to have your Dun & Bradstreet number. You want to get certified, whether it's county, state, or national certification. They're going to ask you, you got to be certified. They aren't going to give you a contract if you're not certified. And what's nice about that is the classes are free.
So what classes are we looking for?
They do it on McCormick Drive, and the address I think is 1801 McCormick Drive every second Tuesday of the month, if I remember correctly. And the class is free.
Wow.
And you can get your MDOT, which is your Maryland Department of Transportation, where you can bid for contracts. But you got to have your documentation. The first thing they're going to ask you is, are you certified? What's your EIN number? And do you have a Dun & Bradstreet number? Well, all those are free.
Everything's free.
Yeah.
Everything's free.
But we don't know that. See, it's one of the things that you got to do. Now, the reason I had to go to Miss Lee to do mine, a lot of that stuff when I was trying to get my SAMS.gov, which is national, I can get a contract anywhere in the country and go anywhere in the country and do what I do. But, and I couldn't, a lot of the questions they asked me, I'm looking, what? I didn't know what it meant. To her, it was just secondary.
Right.
I worked almost a year and a half. It took 3 months for them to change the number for me. I had put 20772 when my zip code is 20774. It took them 90 days to call me back. She got it done in less than a week.
Wow. So then what kind of time are we looking for? Like I know for some folks, I want to start a nonprofit, but it may take a year
Right.
to even get that done. So what time frame are we looking at to do, whether to get a contract or to do
6 months, 6 to 18 months.
Okay, that's some time.
That's some time. But now you got to realize you're dealing with the government. The government is slow. But are you planning on being in the business in 6 months? In 18 months, you're planning on being in business? So why not start now? Because like I told you, when you look back a year and look at it and say, just think where I would be if I had started this a year ago.
Oh, yes, yes.
If I had started this a year ago.
Right.
So why not start now? So in a year, you can look back and say, look at where I am now because I started a year ago. I've got my EIN number. I got my tax ID. I got my Dun & Bradstreet. I've got all this other documentation because it is going to take a lot. But now I can bid, man, I might win a $10 million contract, a $100,000 contract.
And as a small business owner, I mean, that's what you need. You need like those big contracts because something could change your business in a matter of months.
Here's the thing that's great about it. Me and you both have small business. Let's say we're construction.
Okay.
You're small, I'm small. We can merge together and get this one big contract. Because now we're larger because it's me and you. See, if you don't win the contract, say you bid for a $20, $30 million contract and you don't get it. But you can also be picked up as a subcontractor. Now the contractor won the contract for $30 million. They'll come to you and say, look, I need you to build these walls and and it pays $5 million. You gonna turn it down because you didn't win the 30?
Right. No, you're gonna take it.
Or they say, well, look, we need you to come in to dig some holes so we can put down this plumb, and we can't pay you but $150,000. Okay.
Right.
So that means when you need someone to do it again, who you coming to?
Yeah, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to William Murry.
That's right. Because that $1.4 billion is out there. I want to get a piece of it.
Right.
Many times.
Right. So how do we, because that can make you say, okay, I really can't do this. I don't know if I should do this. Is this the right thing for me? Is this the right business for me? So talk about the mindset when that fear and that doubt, you're just saying, okay, am I ever going to get a big contract
let me
to
tell
save
you
my
something
business?
About that. People procrastinate tomorrow. Procrastination is the assassination of your destination on your road to success. Procrastination
Tell us that.
is the assassination of your destination on your road to success. What I tell you about procrastination moves so slow that poverty overtakes it. Just think if I'd have did this a year ago, where I'd be right now.
Yes.
But just think where I'm going to be in a year because I started today.
Because I started a year ago.
I mean, like I tell you, it's the little things. You know, there's a joke out there that I got in one of my presentations where this lady says, I knew it was a scam. I started my business 2 weeks ago and I'm still broke.
Well, it's just been 2 weeks.
You know how long I've been in business?
About 30, 40 years.
43 years I have been an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I have put on many, many classes and workshops like this one I'm doing this 7th of September. Many. Like I told you, when I'm bringing these people in to educate you, I'm just a student sitting there. When I'm on stage, then I'm the educator. I'm a mindologist, so I work on your mind. My expertise is your mind, getting you ready for your success, getting you ready for your thought, how to think in order to be successful, how to see things so that, and not the negative part so you can be successful. And if it is something negative, you turn it into positive because that is your God's way of telling, of you learning a lesson. See, when you struggle and fail, that's God telling you, I had to give you this failure and I had to teach it to you that way.
Right.
You, because it happened to you.
Right.
So that was your way of your God saying, here's the lesson I wanted you to learn and how I wanted you to learn it.
And sometimes you may have to learn that lesson about 3-4 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know something you hear me say every time I close my show, you always hear me say, repeat, repeat, repeat until learning takes place. And then you repeat, you repeat, you repeat until understanding takes place.
And that's what you need. You need both of those. Now, William, you're an author, and you talk about the road to success in your books. So kind of tell us about that and how that's correlated to what you're doing.
Well, I started off doing a series that was titled The Road to Success, where I was giving people the roadmaps and the 15 things that you need to do for success. And then one morning, my spirit woke me up and gave me the book, Climbing Success Mountain. And it just blew me away, because that was nothing in my thought process.
Okay.
And my spirit gave it to me. I got them started writing. And I looked and said, wow, this was not even in my thought process. My spirit woke me up and gave it to me. And now I have 2 books I'm getting ready to release. One of them is From the Mind of William. I love affirmations, so I've got a book of affirmations I've written. From the Mind of William. And then the other book I'm writing on success and how to really, really do and everything that it takes is titled I Must Tell the World. Because everything that I know was not mine to keep. It was mine to pass on. See, everything that happened to you is not yours to keep. It's yours to pass on. See, it's being wealthy, being comfortable, having money is not sinful. But dying that way is.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, yes.
Opportunities out here.
Right.
I also tell you that one day you and I passed you on the road, we were going to the store. All you had was $1, all I had was $1. So you gave me $1, and I gave you $1. When we parted, we both still just had $1.
Right.
But one day we passed on the road, and you had an idea, and you shared it with me. I had an idea, and I shared it with you. When we parted, we had 2 ideas.
Just that simple.
Just that simple. See how you gotta look at things. I told you I'm a mindologist. I work on your mind.
And when did you start this process?
Whoa. You know, it's amazing. My nieces and nephews, now they're in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. When I was younger, they used to call me Learning Lloyd. Because then I was known as Lloyd.
Okay.
But I would talk to them in a manner that was teaching them, was educational. And they used to laugh at me and call me Lloyd. And, you know, I loved it.
Right.
And they don't know what it meant to me.
Okay.
And so now I'm still Learning Lloyd. I talk to you in manners and conversation that's going to educate you and broaden your thought process. I mean, I'm not going to be dull. I'm not going to push stuff on you. But I got a sense of humor when I'm on stage. I'm going to keep you laughing. Because I understand that I am an educator. So I must give you information. So I'm educating you and entertaining you. I'm an infotainer.
That's a nice, I like that, yeah.
And entertainment.
Right.
And once you learn how to do that, where people won't mind hearing you speak and teach, and they get more from the way you teach, not what you teach.
Absolutely.
See, when you come to hear me, you aren't coming to see how brilliant I am. And I am brilliant, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But
Yes,
you don't come
William is brilliant.
You don't come from my brilliance.
Right.
You come from my expertise.
Yes, right. And how about interns? I know you've worked with young people in the past.
Yes.
So how do you turn this mindset for them to take action? Because they're just learning. So how do you kind of reel them in and kind of show them this is what the world is like, this is what the world is going to be like in 10, 20, 30 years?
I don't want them to want to work for me for 10 years.
Okay.
I don't want nobody that just wants to work for me 5 or 10 years. I want you to work for me to learn what you can learn and leave me and open up your own business. Okay. I just ran into a gentleman, I didn't recognize him. I was at BJ's getting gas. I heard someone holler, Mr. Rook, Mr. Rook. That was my street name.
I was like, where'd that come from, William?
That's my street name, the name of my business, Rook's Clothes, and etc.
Okay.
And I looked up, he says, you don't know, I didn't. I hired him when he was 14. No, he was 12. His brother was 14. They used to put my bicycle and tricycle and stuff together for me. And I paid them per bike, per tricycle. And if they wanted to work during the day when I was on the lot, they'd come out there and I'd teach them sales and business. Well, he has his own tow truck company, now has 3 tow trucks.
That is amazing. And that's making the best out of your internship.
And I do. And last year, I had 5 interns, a 12, 13, 14, 16, and 17-year-old. Mm-hmm. And when I had my clothing stores, all my artists were young, teenagers. When my son was 12 and 13 and 14, they would come in and write my checks and pay my bills at the end of the month. I give them the checkbook, say, okay, here's my bills, pay them. I taught them how to run a business. I taught them how to close the store, how to do the cash registers, all of that. See, here's the thing, and I always tell people, you got to spend time talking to your children.
Yes.
Not at them,
right,
but to them.
Right.
I speak to a lot of youth, a lot of youth as organizations ask me to come in and speak. That one of the things I always tell them, okay, pull out your phone. I want you to go to YouTube and type in teen, T-E-E-N, millionaires. And look at how many teen millionaires are out there today. Not that their parents gave them the money and made them millionaires, but that they work. Look at this young lady now, she's 12. Started when she was 9 or 10. She just signed a $10 million contract with Walmart.
Wow.
10 million.
But she does the
lemonade.
The lemonade, right? The lemonade.
This other gentleman was 16 when he started his IT thing from what he knew about IT. 2 years later, Google bought his company for $1.2 billion.
Wow.
With the B in 2 years. Wow. You're going to be surprised how many teenagers it's going to show you on YouTube that have gotten companies and built them into $1 million entities. Teenagers. So I always tell them, if they can do it, what's stopping you?
Absolutely. That's always the question. If you can do it, if you can have it or do it or see it or teach it or dream it, why can't I?
Now the adults.
A little bit more challenging.
Well, they think they know everything when they really don't, or they're scared to try.
It's that fear.
You know, I just spoke at a senior citizens thing, and it was about 80 to 100 people there for the senior citizen group. And I asked them a question. What do you want to be when you grow up? They're already in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
But what do you want to be? That doesn't stop you. Look at the guy for Wendy's. Was in his 60s when he started Wendy's. The guy with Colonel Sanders was in his 60s.
Interesting.
The gentleman for Disney World was in his 60s. They had filed bankruptcies more than once. And when he died, he never got a chance to see Disney World. He died before they had completed it. And they asked his son, what would your dad say if he saw it today? Because he never got a chance to see it. His son's answer was profound. He said he saw it, else it wouldn't be here now. He had to see it in order to build it.
Right, right.
So he saw it. He just didn't physically see it.
But the thought and the action was there, and that's what you teach: the thought and the action.
The most important thing is the thought and the action behind that thought.
Right.
Period.
And it's never too late.
Never
if
too
you're
late.
in your 60s and you are Colonel Sanders or Walt Disney or whomever, it's just never too late.
Look at me right now.
Yes.
Next year, because next month I'll be 69, next year I'll be 70. Look at me.
And look at you.
I'm still out there doing my thing.
Yes, yes. Full of energy and vitality and handsome, and you're always dressed to the T, and a great attitude.
The action keeps me young.
Now I like that. The action keeps me young.
That's why most people die within 5 years after retirement. They retire, sit on their butt, and their body can't take the shock of all of a sudden don't have nothing, just sitting there. You've got to get, like my wife retired. I told her, look, baby, I finally got my blessing. I've been asking God for a housewife, not a wife that works. I said, I just got one demand behind your retirement, that you don't sit in this house and do nothing. She walks every morning 3 to 5 miles every morning. She has lost 25 pounds and look good.
Wow.
I told her, baby, that's enough. You can't lose no more.
Can't lose any more weight.
But she feels great because I'm looking at her now and says, wow, look at this. And I said, you got one job right now. You got one job. Take care of Big Papa.
That's it. And that's some work right there.
Yes,
that's a lot.
But I am a handful.
Yes, you are busy 24/7.
I wake up going out the door. Go to sleep coming in it.
I mean, well, that is a millionaire mindset.
It is. I love what I do.
It never stops.
I love it. Yeah. There's so much information. What I don't understand is, you got a business, you got a company, or you got an idea. Why don't you call the Millionaire Mastermind Institute? I've helped build all these companies, help all these people become millionaires.
Wow.
We are a one-stop shop. We are like a shopping mall. When you go to the shop mall, you got a shoe store, you got a clothing store, you got a furniture store, you got this store, that store. Well, that's what we are. You can come to us. What do you need? Marketing and branding? I got somebody. What do you need? Grant? I got somebody. What do you need to know about contracts? I got somebody. What do you need to know? How to do a business plan? I got somebody.
You have somebody.
The Institute is a one-stop shop. But you can never, ever, ever be successful in business if you aren't willing to spend money.
And that's the truth. And so you have the event coming up, and just quickly tell us how people can reach the Institute so they can learn more about this event.
240-619-2019. 240-619-2019. Now, it's at Prince George Community College, September the 7th. Like I say, from 10 to 2, it's a Saturday. And when you walk out there, put it this way, if you're the same person when you walk out that you were when you walked in, you got problems, you got issues.
Yeah. So look, everyone, make sure MMI is a success. They want you to learn how to be successful and to build that mindset. William, thank you for being back on the award-winning Ed Brown Show.
The pleasure is always mine.
Mine too, mine too. We'll see you next time.